Welcome back, guys. You're listening to another episode of the Rebel Talk presented by the Rebel Walk. As always, I'm your host, Cam Wicker, and I'm here with
Zach Moreth.
And we have another special guest for you guys, just like we promised. Last time we joined you guys, we had Josh Pfeiffer on the show. This time we have Ole Miss defensive back Lewis Moore. Lewis transferred from Indiana. He's from Mesquite, Texas, went to Poteet High School. He also attended Navaro College before Indiana, where he played receiver and DB, and we'll talk a little about that with him too. He had 83 tackles last year, 3 INTs, 3 forced fumbles, and a breakout season at Indiana before transferring to Ole Miss at the beginning of the spring, where he participated in spring practices with the football team this past semester. I'll hand it off to Zach, and he'll ask the first question, get us started.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Lewis. I just wanted to ask, you hear all this buzz about playing high school football in Texas. What was that experience like for you?
It was great for me because I want to start with the fan atmosphere. It feel like a college level atmosphere to me, honestly. And then we got big stadiums, we got a lot of big name schools. So being able to play in there is just different. I feel like our high school football is the best, whether people say that it is or not. But I feel like it really prepares you for college because every week, especially in the playoffs, starting week 1, you're playing high level talent.
Yeah,
that's a big boost to have that here in Texas.
So I want to know for sure, when did football kind of start for you? Because, I know as a former athlete myself, I know when I was growing up, I was always just thinking about being a football player, baseball player. When did that kind of click for you that this is what you were going to do with your life?
When I was like 4 or 5, my older brother played football. And it's just always been like football and basketball and track my whole life. But that's when it started. And then once I feel like high school, once I got on varsity and got under the lights and seeing what football presents, playing in front of the large crowds and making a name for myself, I'll probably say my junior year is when I decided football what I want to do.
Yes, sir. And then coming out of high school, Lewis, just what helped you realize that Navaro was the right choice for you?
My senior year, my junior year, my stats went up to par. I earned starting spot like midway through the season. So
got it.
My junior season was that good. So I feel like my senior year was a big major difference. And I ended up starting at receiver and cornerback, and I got all district both ways. And I had a great senior year. And then my recruitment just wasn't what it was. And I feel like that had major impact based off of my junior year. And then I felt like I wasn't done yet. And then all I had was Division II offers coming out of high school. So
got it.
That's not what I wanted to do. And then I didn't really know nothing about junior college. My mom and my brother introduced the idea to me. So then I just took that chance and it made the best for me, really.
Yeah, man.
So you played defensive back and receiver throughout high school. I guess you're in Navaro College as well. When did you kind of realize that you were going to stay at one position?
When they came and recruited me and offered me, they asked me which one I wanted to play because I at both. So I chose offense because I like scoring touchdowns. So my senior year, so I was like, I feel like I can go do it again. But then when I got to Navaro, it wasn't until my last season we had injuries on the defense side of the ball because I started receiver, and then my kid coach was like, "Would you be willing to go switch to the defense side of the ball?" Like, yeah, because we had a lot of receivers that was good. We had 5 that would start. So then I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then it turned out best for me because my recruitment at receiver wasn't going too well at Navaro. Sure. So then changing the defense, it started picking up quick.
That's awesome, man. And then just after Navaro, you end up at Indiana. Just describe to me what it was like having such an awesome breakout season last year.
It felt good to me because I feel like going back to high school, it was always this season where I had to wait my turn and then show what I could really do. So I feel like in high school, my senior was the year where I did that, and I still wasn't getting the notice that I wanted. So then going to JUCO, my last season, like my first, because I came off of 20 ACS, so my first season I didn't play that much. Then my second season, I played offense and defense. I felt like I had a great season. My last year at JUCO, and then I went to Indiana. First year I didn't play again, so that's the third time around that I had to experience this. So then it's just like waiting for my opportunity, staying true to myself, and then it's not really proving people wrong, which it is proving people wrong, but it's showing that I'm that player that I say I am. As soon as I get there, it's just waiting on my opportunity. Then it's just like it's like self-respect for myself, and then it's just showing this football what I want to do in my life. So it's like just proving people wrong, really, proving myself right. That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Moving on to when like you got into Ole Miss, I'm assuming you were probably more recruited by Pete Golden more than Lane Kiffin, even though I'm sure you're probably recruited by both guys. But when you're talking about Pete, what have you kind of learned over time being around him more since you got onto campus?
I learned a lot about being a man and being true in what you say, and not doing people not even doing people wrong, but like even my recruitment process, I never heard of Pete Golden, being honest with you, because I just started learning around defense, but I knew I started talking around with people like my coaches and people in the football biz. They like got a lot of respect for him, and now I see that I got a lot of respect for Pete too. He keep it real as far as the man side. Like I know I can depend on people for anything. As far as like anything outside of football, learning stuff. Inside of football, I'm getting a better understanding of defense as a whole and why we do this and why we do that. And it's better for me for complex reasons, so to having answers to different stuff in the football aspect, and it's just been good so far. But yeah, I like Pete a lot.
I love it, Lewis. And then just staying on the topic of coaches, what's your relationship with Brian Brown like?
It's been good. Coach Brown, he just got here when I got here too. So I already, I was recruited more about Coach Neighbors, my safety Coach Brown.
Got it.
We done moved together, but I got a great relationship with Coach Brown. Coach Brown, one that keep it real. I can say that I ain't always had that. And then me and him coming together, I go to his office all the time. Most of the time, even when I went, it was some stuff like during the spring I didn't understand. I went to him and it was like it clicked immediately. So I just felt like we built a good relationship. I know he's gonna be honest with me. Like if something I need to work on, he gonna tell me something doing good I need to work on it. But he just keep it real. That's really what I like about my defensive coaches. Like they keep it real with you. You don't want nobody that's gonna sugarcoat with you. You want somebody with you.
Absolutely. So, with all the transfers on this team in general, but really in that DB room, there's a lot of transfers coming into that DB room. Was it like kind of adjusting to all the new faces in the DB room, and how do you guys kind of relate to each other off the field?
I said we relate to each other because we all obviously had breakout seasons at our old school or the two that returned. They had good seasons last year. It's just competition level, but it ain't no hating culture. That's why I like it better the most. Like we pushing each other. It's a different three. Like in practice, we do it's a different three, going out there together, and we all pushing each other, correcting each other. Who gonna have the best day? And we're gonna let each other hear it too. So it's really good because like even with the transfers, like we are different personalities coming from different areas, different schools and stuff. So as close as we done got, like we hang out with each other all the time. We got group chats together. It's like it was a brother. It's like it was meant to be. It was meant for us to be together. I think some of our last season, but it was like it was meant to be. And then just the competitive level. That's what I wanted to be around. Honestly, the competitive level. Somebody's gonna push me to be my best while I'm pushing them to be their best. And then it's just a great environment to be around. That's the reason why I came to Ole Miss, really.
Absolutely, man. And then you talk about that competitive environment. Just what's it like going against those guys like, Trey Harris, that insane wide receiver core, like every single day at practice?
It's good, really, because, it's good because I honestly feel like it's a living on a living, not even just receivers. Like on offense, they got a living. They talented just like we talented. But it's like it's a different environment than just ain't been. I feel like every place is living on a living. It's a matchup on a matchup everywhere. Everybody making plays. It's just different. But as far as the wide receivers go, I like them all. I think they great talent. They all bring different styles of receiver, but they can do a lot. And then even in that room, I feel like they 2 or 3 deep at every position. So it's like, dang, you got to come with it. Ain't no time to get tired. Ain't no time to get tired with them. But they go fast too. And then they present different formations and stuff. And I feel like that's good for me because it's stuff I ain't never seen. Like even we still learning defenses and stuff. They do a lot of different stuff. They're very talented. And I like them.
Absolutely. So you got here at the beginning of the spring. What was the spring semester like for you just in Oxford and at Ole Miss as a whole? And what was it like playing the Grove Bowl games rather than a traditional spring game?
I feel like it's been an adjustment lifestyle wise because I'm from Dallas, Texas, and then I ain't never been to Mississippi, so it's like it's a different culture there.
Yeah.
It's a different way of living there. But spring semester was busy for me because I transferred in my class. I had to take an some extra classes to stay on my graduation rate. So I'm really busy with my classes, busy in my playbook. Football. I really ain't just had too much free time to just do stuff. But I like the city though. It's a lot of people there. I'll say that.
Yeah.
A lot of people there. I feel like it's kind of life. I met a lot of people that's cool. What was the other question you said?
What was the Grove Bowl games kind of like for you, rather than playing like a traditional spring game?
It was different. I liked it, honestly. I like spring games though. I feel like, well, I ain't got no problem. Either way was cool. I would probably liked the spring game because like everybody see how talented we is based on the paper, but I feel like they would have got to see that in person. Everybody, oh my God, like this team, what they see on paper, because I see it every day in practice. It must be amazing me. It's competitive every day, different plays. But the Grove Bowls was fun. I had a pick in it. I should have had two. I messed up at the end, but it was fun. It was just different, and that's why I liked it. It was something expected. I ain't really understand how it would have went, but I feel like it was good, and it's something different everybody do. So everybody not really seeing what we doing, and they just gotta wait till week 1.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I kind of like how, it's hiding the team a little bit, Lewis. Like I don't really think anyone's ready for the fall and how good we really are. But in terms of, your personal production, just what can fans expect from you this season?
Number one, I'll say you're gonna see my competitiveness. You're gonna see that I run to the ball. That's the main thing I say that stands in my game, because running to the ball helps that a lot. I feel like that's the main thing. When you got 11 people that's running to the ball, even if somebody make a mistake, you got somebody that's gonna pick you up. Or if somebody like need help on the tackle, or somebody force a fumble, you never know. And that's the thing I say I did well in Indiana. But it was a couple plays watching my film, critiquing myself, that I feel like I could have probably had like 2 more picks or been in position to make play, just running to the ball. I want my ball skills to be shown. I had 3 picks last year.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't credit me on some of my PBUs. I had 1 pass deflection last year. I feel like I had a little bit more than credit me. But I feel like my guarding skills, I'm gonna try to come down here and hit harder a little bit more. Last year I had 83 tackles. I displayed some hard hitting skills, but I feel like it was more, I wouldn't say more conservative, but something like that, because I was coming from the post, and I feel like if I missed the tackle, then the ball out of there is gone. So I was just trying to get the ball on the ground. I feel like in this defense, since we don't play 3 positions, I get to show that a little bit more. I think that's about it, really.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We got 2 more for you, just kind of off topic a little bit to end it here. With the new college football game coming out in July, do you plan to play as yourself? I'd assume so. And also, which teammate are you most excited to play as on Ole Miss?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna play with myself. I might still make me a creative player, or edit myself to do different stuff. Let me see what I'm most excited to play with. On defense, probably Walter Dolly.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say too much, but I want to see if they match how he play in person, how he play in the game. On offense, I'll probably say Cade. Receive Cade Lee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like Cade. He was on our team in the Grove Bowl games, so I really just had time to actually see what he was doing, and I just go see what he was doing. I like Cade a lot, so I'm gonna move him around everywhere.
Now, Kate, he's got to have like 95 speed, right?
Absolutely.
His route running got to be high too.
Yeah, right. And then I know, you haven't played a game in the vault, but who do you anticipate is going to have the best game day drip in the Walk of Champions, Lewis?
So we putting it on Presley.
Okay.
Presley come in with a different outfit on it. I ain't never seen Presley with the same fight ever. But he be having it on, just coming to meetings, frankly. So yeah, I gotta give it to him.
Josh Pfeiffer actually said himself, so it's good for you to give us another person actually other than himself. So, but I assume you'll be dripped out as too. Well, I'm sure fans are excited to see you go through the Walk of Champions and be in the vault next year. I think that's all we got for you today, Lewis, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks,
and
man.
I'm sure the Ole Miss fans will be very excited to see you on the field. Thank you for being here with us, and for all the Ole Miss fans, just make sure to stay tuned at therebelwalk.com for all your Ole Miss sports needs.